Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? This is Joe Figueroa from LAR Dance TV with another video in our series Anatomy of a Dance, where I break down social dancing count for count, pointing out everything the dancers do. This week's video is going to be a 3 pieces of cool, where I break down 3 different things the dancers pulled off within the dance, like I did with myself last year. We're going to go East Coast today with 2 amazing dancers, Joel Dominguez and Shani Talmor, based out of New York. I met Joel back in like 2004 in LA. I'm pretty sure he was living in Texas back then. Shani and I met in 2007 in Houston. I remember all of us were on this shuttle to a local mall, and Shani was sitting by herself, and she had this look of concentration on her face. I was very intimidated, so scared to ask her for a dance later. But I did, and as it turns out, she's not only fire on the floor, she's also a sweetheart. But anyway. The way she interprets the song is just lovely, which is example 1. Now first, the song has a lot of stops and starts in it, which makes for great musicality. Joel is bringing her out of the crossbody lead into his hook turn to his right. Guys, notice how he switches hold from his left behind his back to his right immediately, giving her a point of contact at all times. He then turns half right, bringing the hand over his head, leading her into another crossbody lead, which I refer to in class as a fancy cross. He brings the hand down to the middle because all lead comes from the middle, sidesteps to give her cross, quickly turns right after she passes him, once again switching hands to keep a point of contact on her. Flicks her right hand to the side and picks up her left to lead her into another crossbody lead. Ladies, notice how she always has her hands in what some refer to as neutral position, in front of her around the navel, ready for him to pick up her hands should he need them, which he will. He back leads her into the cross so he will end up behind her and stops her at the hips cold to go along with the music break, giving her a window to style, which of course she does because she's awesome. Cool number 2 is mainly for the follows. It looks kind of like a rond de jambe in ballet, but here Joel is the bar. After he takes her into a clockwise rotation, he takes her full circle to put her right back to her starting point. She takes a perfectly placed, balanced step on her left on 5, because they are dancing on 2, using that moment to swing her right leg into a circular motion to the back. Ladies, do you see how she has her knee extended so her leg is straight? She's swinging her leg from the hip, full extension. That gives her the look of bringing the leg all the way behind her. That is training right there. Joel doesn't have much to do here except be a strong frame, which is easy for him. He also uses his balance step, which is also 5, but his right, to hold firm, giving her a window to style, while he plays with the music with a quick look to her. Once again, musicality. Guys, notice that his knee is also extended, locked if you will. He's holding himself up and able to brace her for whatever she might want to do. Number 3 is the coolest of the cool. The music has the same kind of pattern throughout, so they have been playing with that the whole time. He's going to bring her into a right hand turn with a hand flick behind her back, identical to one he did earlier, in the same position in the music. I refer to this as conditioning, giving her something familiar and then changing the direction you go from there. He takes her into an inside turn, right hands high, left hands low behind her back, into an inside turn to check. She takes her check forward as they are in this side-by-side position. He then begins to lead her back down the same line, but now the turns are outside, sometimes referred to as progressive or clockwise turns. And instead of giving her just one like he did on the way in, he gives her a triple. The first 2 are done in a touch-and-go position, meaning he's mainly using his right hand hold to lead the turns. He's keeping her left in his left, but releasing it for just a moment in order to let the right hands pass by, then picking the left up immediately after. For the final of the 3, he uses his wrists to turn her. That dictates that he's going to have to break left in order to keep the handhold. So he breaks left, and that puts her behind him. He makes it look like he barely moved at all, but guys notice that his feet are always stepping. He doesn't ground himself. Her turn is a progressive, and like I always say in class, if she is turning progressive, then you have to progress with her. And there you have it. 3 excellent movements danced by 2 excellent dancers. Joel teaches classes weekly in New York and is also one of the hosts of the La Vieja Guardia Social, one of the best salsa socials around. Shani also has classes in New York. You can find their info in the description below. That's going to do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already. See you in the next one, and remember, keep dancing.